There were no signs. It came without warning. Doom came to us all. The desperate few struggled to survive. Perhaps we had a chance for peace. But desperation and trust are seldom allies. So began a millennium of conflict. A 1,000 years of war. The greatest warriors the world has ever known. The reason they fight, lost to the ages. And yet, here they still stand, searching for a sign of peace. I will show them. I am Apollyon. I bring war.
Hello everybody and welcome to For Honor. Now this is a closed beta that I downloaded for the weekend, and it's a game about fighting. And it looks like the main game's going to have a heck of a storyline, because that was one of the greatest cutscenes that I can remember ever seeing in a game. I mean, that was pretty epic right off the bat. Now there are 3 races to choose from, but I choose the Knights. The reason I choose the Knights is they are the most like the Spartans. Head to toe armor, shields, and we get to design our first emblem here, and I'm going to try to make it as Spartanish as I can. So let's find, and I just saw it right there. I think that's going to be the one. Maybe, oh, that one's definitely the one right there. Looking through at some of the other designs, that one's going to be the one, because that one reminds me the most of a Spartan. If you think about a Spartan shield, you got a circle, and then you've got the nice little arrow right in the middle of it. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. I should probably know that. We're going to go with a black background, and we're going to black the whole thing out. Come on, black it out. There you go. and black this one out. And then we're going to use green as the arrow color. There we go. And you can start to see what I'm looking at here. And then you've got different things. I'm not really worried about it. I don't want to spend 20 years looking for it. So I looked through the symbols and I just happened to see a bull. And you know me, I'm from Bull's Brigade. So in World of Tanks, I'm Bull's Brigade. So why can't I be Bull's Brigade on here? And where are you, Bull? There it is. And as soon as I saw it, I knew that was the one. So, pow, Bull it is. And then we got to think of a color for the bull, but the color needs to pop. So we need to go, I'm thinking bright red. If there's a bright red, that's going to be the choice. Now that looked pretty good too there, but I kind of want a different color. And that's pretty good there. And that's pretty good there. I think that's probably the red I'm going to go with right there. But let's look at some other colors just in case. Nope, blacked out doesn't work. Green doesn't quite work. Kind of looks a little weird bled in with the other color, or with the arrow of the shield. So we're going to go with red. Kind of a blood red at that. And I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so let's go ahead and you can put multiple layers on this too. And then we've got the border of the emblem as well. And so I want to go with Greek, which would be more like this one, but not that one. The one with the squirrelies around the edge. That one's the most functional looking, but this one would be like a Greek one or Roman. So let's go with the functional, like bolts, rivets, you know, that sort of thing. And we'll do that. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more choices when the game comes out. And I believe the game comes out on the 14th. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's unprofessional. Anyway, I believe the game comes out on the 14th. And so here we're done, and we're trying to figure it out. And, of course, it says confirm right there. But, you know, that didn't register at first. Alright, so now, I really did not know anything about this game. I kind of just saw a couple friends playing it, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what this is about. And it has a very good premise, you know, just all-out battles between samurai, knights, and Vikings, and hopefully, at some point, maybe some other classes like Spartans. That would be amazing. Even though they would be sort of outclassed. But this is the tutorial, and it's a basic tutorial. I'm a knight, and this is the knight that I start with. So we're going to go through some basic learning how to play. So apparently left trigger locks onto your target. It also allows you to get into a defensive stance, and you can strafe around your target. You can move in. You attack with right bumper with a quick attack, and then left or right trigger for the heavy attack. And then you got to block holding the left trigger to keep you in your stance, and then using your right stick to block, you know, quickly. And there it's telling you how to block. So that's good. And basically, when a guy comes at you, he'll come at you in different locations, and sometimes, depending on which direction he's coming from, you have to guard that location. Now, we don't have a shield yet, and I imagine we'll get one later. You probably have to level up. This is an RPG slash MMO. So, this is going to be, or I guess it would be technically an MMO RPG, right? But it's also a fighting game, and it's one heck of a fighting game. As you can see, the animations for the fighting so far, being able to get into a guard, get in your stance, moving your arm around, moving the sword around, like, it is that good. Now, it's not completely fluid. It kind of, you do your attacks and stuff, but watch this. Alright, so we need to block him. There's a block. And you see how quickly the attacks can come. And this is nothing. This is, you know it's coming. You know you're guarding. There are times, especially against other players that have been playing for a while, where you're going to get your backside kicked. But I love the look, the feel, and the ability to move and defend, and then it makes you feel awesome. Like, look at how your guy's holding the sword right here. Like, no game has ever done that, to my knowledge. Like, you never see that. You see the guy running with the sword over his head, and, you know, there's no tactic to it. You know, there's no truth to it. So, not everybody are berserkers like Vikings. So, that's the other thing. It kind of feels rock, paper, scissor-ish in some assets, because you got or aspects, because you have knights who are armored and defensive and, you know, strong. And then you have Vikings who don't have hardly any armor, and they generally are berserkers with high attack and, you know, a lot of stamina, because they don't have all that armor they're carrying around. Whereas the knights, they have so much armor that their stamina tends to be a little bit less. And you can see there are combos and stuff to learn in this game, as with any good fighting game. But, I mean, just look at this. It's so amazing. And as you can see, I'm kind of attacking right into his defense over and over again. And it does do a little bit of damage. But this is right as I stepped into the game, so I have no idea what I'm doing yet. That's why I'm going through the tutorial. And this tutorial, while it does get you, like, able to move, you have no idea how difficult this game is to just step in and play. Like, it is not user-friendly in that aspect, or at least not for me it wasn't. Like, once I jumped in, these people had already, like, prestiged and stuff, so I was going up against people that were just absolutely destroying me. And here we took a hit from this guy. We come in, we break his guard, we get a couple quick hits in. We're slicing, 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 and wait till you see an execution, because that's a thing as well. Of course it is. Like, why wouldn't it be? Now here you see me running around trying to hold this, because I have no idea what I'm doing, and then I realize I need to go down here and help the rest of my soldiers. Apparently I'm like the commander, these guys are just a bunch of peons, and we're going to go down here and we're going to whoop them. Now we cannot lock onto regular soldiers, only the commanders. So we have to just go in here and beat these guys senseless, like good old stormtroopers, and just go in swinging, take them down as best we can, knock them back, kill as many as we can in one shot. And this is where you really do feel awesome, because these AI are pretty dumb. I mean, they'll hit you if you're not watching, but they generally walk right into everything. They don't really block anything, and if you hit them one time, they die. So this is where you start to feel like William Wallace, where you're just going into a battle of 20 guys around you and you cut them all down like they're cannon fodder. Now we have a whole bunch more guys here to test out our sword, make sure it holds its edge before we go up against the commander. And as you can see, these guys really aren't able to do a heck of a lot to me. And I'm not really doing any strategy. This is just me walking in and swinging the sword. There's no defense, there's just me swinging. And there I block a shot for the first time, but I mean, even as easy as this game is to kill these guys, then I just backhand him. Come in behind these guys. Get away from my soldiers! How dare you attack my men! Oh, by the way, gore warning. This is not for the weak stomach. Alright? There are brutal things coming. And I'm not talking about a little bit of blood splatter here and there. Okay? That's not gore to me. Like, there is real gore coming. Alright? It will happen. Trust me. And it is beautiful. If death can be beautiful, you'll see what I mean in a minute. I don't remember if there's anything. There should be at least one in this clip. If not, you guys will see the large 1 hour long video that I will be uploading this week of both multiplayer and single player versus AI. And there are a lot of battles, and there's a lot of me getting my butt kicked, and a lot of me getting killed all over the place, and then a little bit of, or a little less of me getting killed all over the place at the end as I start to learn what I'm doing. But as of right now, I have no idea what I'm doing. You can see I'm going through menus, trying to figure out exactly what the game wants me to do, and eventually I will realize that these guys just keep spawning in, and they will keep spawning in because that's what they're supposed to do, even though I will kill them all. So as these guys keep spawning in, I eventually realize that it wants me to go capture the other zone because there's a dude up there. Now these guys, you can see me like, really dude? You just spawned 10 more guys in on top of me? I mean, I can keep killing these guys all day. It'll dawn on me. Just give me a second. Oh, what a spin move that was. Cleared out the whole bunch of them. And this guy, this poor guy, break his guard and then put the claymore right through his head. And look at all these guys just running down in there. Get away from my men! And then there, you see the sea clearly is occupied to my right, and it's up. But for whatever reason, I'm tunnel visioned on killing all of these guys that keep spawning back in. And it is fun, but they do just keep spawning. Is this game not gorgeous though? I mean, look at the moves, look at the cutting, the parries and stuff that you get when you actually do defend. I mean, it is gorgeous. Okay, here's where I'm starting to look for another... Oh, look at that! There's a ladder and a sea. Maybe I should climb up that. There we go. Now we can finally get to the rest of this. Alright. Uh-oh. This looks like a bad dude. So now we learn how to dodge. Yep, this guy is going to do nothing but power attacks, so we've got to stop that. Oh, yep. Yep. There we go. Guard break. Guard, quick attacks. And we cut him down. And here he is again. I found out dodging left and right doesn't really seem to help you a lot most of the time because their attacks are very, very aerial. So if you dodge left and right, you're probably still going to get hit. But if you like let go of the guard and you roll backwards, it uses more stamina, but you can generally get the jump or get away from them so that you're not going to get your head cut off. Perfect. Alright, so we finished that, and he came back to life. Break your opponent's guard and chain attack with a light. So, break the guard and then light attack. There, oh, we blocked it. Break it, light attack, break it, light attack, break it, light attack, break. There we go, we cut him down. Now we can end that mission. And I'll be honest, this game is really, really awesome so far, and I can't wait until it comes out. I will probably be downloading it and playing it immediately, just to see what it's like and see what the campaign is like and all that fun stuff. Now the guard break throw is important too, because you can actually throw people into fire, off the towers, off bridges. There's a lot of stuff that's been broken, and being able to throw them into stuff. Plus, if you throw them into like walls and stuff, it gets them off balance, and then you can attack them. So it's very helpful. You can see my throw in this guy isn't actually a throw, it's breaking his guard and then kicking him. Just kind of, this is Sparta! You know, that moment where he just kind of kicks him in the chest and knocks him into the well. Yeah, that. Alright, so that's the end of the tutorial. We've come to the end of the episode, and there wasn't an execution in that one. But I promise, the next video that's an hour long of nothing but gameplay, of multiplayer with 4v4s, and 4v4 AI battles, 4v4 or 1v1 duels against players, and 1v1 duels against AI. So keep a lookout for that, and if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.